Hi, my name is Robin Wong. I'm a photographer based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video, I want to talk about the mistakes that Olympus did which led to their downfall. There's plenty of ground to cover, so let's do this. Before we start, let me clarify that I'm not making this video to bash Olympus. I'm not against any camera brand or manufacturers, but I do have a lot to say. Full disclaimer, I was involved with Olympus officially. I was the employee from the year 2013 to 2017. After I left, I was invited back as an ambassador. I was the Olympus visionary from 2018 to recently this year. I have just quit earlier this year. I'll put a video up here to talk about that. Do check it out if you have not done so. And if you've been following me for all this time, you will know that I am a #1 supporter for Olympus. I believe in Micro Four Thirds system. It is still my workhorse now. I still believe in Olympus, but sadly they've done quite a few mistakes which led to their downfall. In the year 2020, it is no secret that Olympus Imaging has been carved out. It was sold to a new company called JIP. Now it is rebranded and it is OM Digital Solutions. I want to explore the mistakes that happened, what went wrong, something must have been so wrong which led to the company being sold to another company, right? And hopefully OM Digital Solutions will not make the same mistakes. Mistake number 1, not catching up on video features. Every time someone asks me to recommend an Olympus camera for vlogging, there are not many choices. It is either you get the flagship EM1 Mark II, EM1 Mark III, or the EM5 Mark III. There are no budget solutions. Everyone knows that moving forward, content creation is the new thing. Everyone is jumping on YouTube, they're making content on TikTok, they're making videos on Instagram. Video is the next big thing. All new mirrorless cameras now, they are hybrid solutions for customers. We don't just want to take photographs, stills, we do want a camera that is also video capable. And Olympus was so slow to catch onto this bandwagon. I have some evidence here which is very hard to dispute. They refused to put in the 3.5mm microphone input for their low-level cameras. Say the EPL series or the OMD EM10 series cameras. I think these budget cameras are perfect cameras for vlogging, but just because these cameras do not have a microphone input, that fact is still true today. Even the latest iterations like the EM10 Mark IV or the EPL10, none of these cameras have a microphone input. We all know that to make a good video, we need to have good audio. If your audio is bad, people will just click away. And not having a solution for microphone input, it just puts off a lot of potential buyers for Micro Four Thirds system. We can't just expect people to immediately buy the latest and greatest, right? The EM1X, EM1 Mark III, or the EM5 Mark III, especially if you're starting out on a budget. All other camera brands, Fuji, Sony, Canon, they all have good solutions, good budget solutions for vloggers or content creators. And to make matters worse, the EM10 series camera, the EPL7 series cameras, the screen flips down. And when the screen flips down, if you put a camera on a tripod, it just blocks the view. Now, why I'm saying all these things? Because to put in the microphone input and to make the screen flip out or flip up, these do not add to the cost of manufacturing. Maybe they add just a little bit, but it's not enough to impact the overall cost. And these minor decisions, they are making people go away and look elsewhere for content creating solutions. And don't even get me started on the flagship, right? The EM1X, EM1 Mark III, EM1 Mark II. In terms of video specifications, I will not go deep into the details because I'm not a filmmaker, I'm not a cinematographer, but you can just read these reviews, you can just watch other YouTube videos. Olympus was behind in terms of video specifications and what a camera can do in terms of filmmaking. It is just way behind competition and is one of the main reasons that led to People no longer being interested in getting Olympus cameras anymore. It is not a secret. If only Olympus paid more attention to their video capabilities, I believe they'll be able to capture the video-centric market. Mistake number 2, not targeting the pro from the start. The first ever Micro Four Thirds camera from Olympus, which was launched in the year 2009, was the Olympus Pen EP1. Looking at the camera, it gave all kinds of wrong impressions for the market. Remember, this was the first attempt for the mirrorless cameras from Olympus. It was the very first few cameras, so it sort of set a trend and it gives the world a glimpse of what a mirrorless camera can do. And first impression is everything. And look at the EP1. The autofocus is so slow, it is almost impossible to use in a professional shoot. The image quality is nothing to shout about. It's still using the old 12 megapixels for third sensor from the DSLR days. There was no new image sensor, and besides being really small and really compact, there was nothing to shout about the new EP1 back then. And that was their mirrorless cameras. That was what they tell the world, hey, look, we're moving into mirrorless. This is the future. This is Micro Four Thirds. That first impression was almost a complete failure, unfortunately, and it took many years and many iterations until Olympus got it right. The first true game changer was the OMD EM5. And even the EM5 wasn't perfect. Yes, the autofocus was now truly fast. It is weather sealed, it's still very small, it has built-in electronic viewfinder, it's a lot more usable in a professional setting, but it was until the EM1 and EM1 Mark II that I myself have to admit, I was only truly confident to use the EM1 as my professional camera. Before that, many cameras before that, EP1, EP2, EP3, they were not there. It was not good enough. You see, if Olympus just waited, or if they pushed hard enough, if their first ever Micro Four Thirds camera was the OMD EM5, or better, the EM1, things would have been so different. The world would have responded to Micro Four Thirds differently. Because when people look at the EP1 and EP2 and they tried it, the autofocus was so slow, and the ISO 800, it was already so noisy, it was almost unusable, the dynamic range wasn't really there, it was only 12 megapixels, and there was no built-in viewfinder, there was nothing truly remarkable about these cameras besides, again, just being truly compact, being truly small. Small and light is not enough to sell the cameras, right? We want something truly capable. And like I said, if only they launched the EM5 or EM1 first, things would have been so different. Mistake number 3, small and light is not enough. I understand the appeal of having truly small, truly compact and light system. And it's also the main reason why I still love my Olympus and why I'm staying with Olympus, because it's so easy to carry around, and for handling, it doesn't break my back to get professional results. But it is not good enough. It worked maybe 10 years ago, it worked 5-6 years ago, but everyone is catching up. Sony, Canon, Fuji, all the mirrorless cameras from other brands are also making smaller and smaller camera system. You can argue that, but full frame cameras, the lenses cannot be downsized because the lenses have to be large enough to cover the full frame image circle, blah, blah, blah. But if you truly look at all the solutions out there, the size difference is getting smaller and smaller. And yet, the performance gap, everything else is getting larger and larger. Like I said, it was appealing a time a while ago, but these days, the alternatives, the competition, they're also getting better. Mistake number 4, stagnant image quality. Olympus has been using the same image sensor in their flagship cameras, and that is a huge mistake. The EM1 Mark II uses 8 image sensor, which is similar to EM1X and EM1 Mark III. I understand you may use the same sensors for your lower level cameras, for the entry level or mid-level cameras, but your flagship cameras, your latest and greatest camera has to have a new and improved image sensor. It will have to have some significant upgrade over the predecessor. But to use the same image sensor in the EM1X and EM1 Mark III, it doesn't inspire confidence. If I can achieve the same output from EM1 Mark II, why do I need to upgrade to EM1X or EM1 Mark III? That's very troubling, right? And looking at other camera manufacturers like Sony, from Alpha 7 Mark III to A7 Mark IV, there is a huge improvement. Same with Canon, right? From EOS R to EOS R6 and R5, there is an improvement for every generation. Now, when you stay stagnant like that and still sell at a high premium price, people just don't feel confident about you anymore. Even I felt somewhat a little bit sad because, don't get me wrong, I believe in the system. I still think that that 20 megapixel image sensor in the EM1 Mark II and EM1 Mark III, it is still plenty today and still can deliver fantastic results. It's still more than enough for what I do, but I also want to see progress. When everyone else is getting better, I also want Olympus to improve. And seeing them that they still reuse the same sensor in their flagship camera, now I think that turns a lot of people off. And finally, mistake number 5, and this is an important one. Selling price is just too high. When EM5 came out and subsequently EM1, these two cameras were so popular and they were successful because the pricing was reasonable and they offer a lot of new things. Small package, weather sealed cameras, magnesium alloy, super fast autofocus, improved image quality, built-in electronic viewfinder. It has a lot of features. It has image stabilization, which is really powerful. It has a lot of things that other people don't have, only unique to Olympus at that time, right? But as time went on, a lot of these features like image stabilization, small cameras but weather sealed, other manufacturers like Fuji, Canon, Sony, they also offer similar features and capabilities. And the pricing now, not only Olympus increased it, but they didn't add anything new to the new cameras. Say the EM1 Mark III, it is practically very, very similar to EM1 Mark II. The EM1X, the image quality is exactly the same as EM1 Mark II. Same performance, same image quality, but you're asking for more? And yet, the pricing gap between what Olympus is asking and what the competition, say Sony full-frame mirrorless, is not that far. It is a lot more enticing for people to go to this competition where they offer improved image quality, 2 to 3 stops, better dynamic range, high ISO performance, a lot more megapixels. Specification wars is very hard to beat. I know, I have been saying that I stay with Olympus because of the powerful image stabilization, because of the amazing sharp lenses. There are plenty of reasons to go for Olympus OMD or Micro Four Thirds. I still believe in that. Don't get me wrong, I did not make a U-turn. I did not contradict myself, and I did not go against all the things I've said before in my previous videos. All those are still true. But the competition, offering more resolution, offering better dynamic range and high ISO, that is also true. I never denied that. I've never said Olympus image quality is better than everyone else, right? Full frame is full frame. They will still have some advantages over Micro Four Thirds. That's just a fact. Knowing that the price difference is not so much, it is no wonder that everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people are jumping ship or considering other solutions. I'm just saying the pricing is too much, it's asking too much for something that is not offering, there's just not enough new features or improvements in the latest cameras from Olympus before they got sold off to OM Digital Solutions. I obviously cannot comment on the latest OM1 from OM system because I don't have the camera, whether the image quality has really improved, whether it's justified that they are asking for such a high price, whether we finally have a camera that is a game changer based on a lot of reviews. I don't think they're there yet. There's still a lot for OM Digital Solutions to learn and quickly work on because people are not going to wait. There are plenty of solutions out there. There are so many other alternatives. We are not lack of choices today. So I really hope that OM Digital Solutions will really look at all these mistakes which Olympus has done previously, there's a lot that they need to really catch up on and really focus to make a better product, a product that is truly enticing and can compete in the marketplace. I still think that they can do it, it's just that they really need to up their game. That's all I have to share in this video about the mistakes that Olympus did which led to their downfall. Do you agree with my opinion? Or do you have any other thoughts? Any other mistakes that Olympus did? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you found this video beneficial, please consider buying me a cup of coffee, or you can contribute directly to my PayPal. Links in the description below on how you can do that. Any small contribution goes a long way. It'll definitely help me to continue making videos and publish them right here. Please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll definitely see you again in the next one. Until then, please go out and take more photographs. Bye-bye.